Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all the geeks out there, and I will get you welcome to another video. This time, however, we're going to be speaking to some of the devs from Metaphysical. So we're going to let them introduce themselves, and they'll say what they do, and we're going to introduce them right now. So, Kez, do the honors. Well, I'll do the honors. Never mind. It's my turn to do it anyway, isn't it? Yes, it is. Anyway. So, hi guys, tell us, could you do a quick introduction to our fans so that they know who you are in the world of Metaphysical?
Yes, hi, thanks for having us. My name is Andre, and me and Dennis are the developers of Metaphysical, based in Berlin, and we are basically gamers who created the game ourselves without being trained in doing so, basically.
Well, from what I've seen, I haven't played the game myself, unfortunately, but Kez has been playing. But from what I've seen, you guys have done a very good job of this game. It's actually really well made. But Kez can ask you the questions about the game. She knows more about it than I do, unfortunately.
He will jump in as well, because he did watch us play it. So actually, how we found out about your game is we did a fundraiser a few years ago, and myself and a few of our other content creators were playing the game at the same time because we just saw it on Steam and we were like, oh, this looks like a cool game, because it was our fundraiser was horror themed because it was around October, so we played all the scary games, and we played it with a bunch of people who had no idea what we were doing. We went in completely blind. Excuse the tale, this happens quite often.
He's a little forceful today.
Yeah, he's a bit too forceful. But we played it and it was really cool. I like the way that you integrated so we went into the church and there was like writing on the wall and stuff, and at one point it actually said, "Kids, you're going to die," and then for one of our other friends it said Zulu something else, and then Pengu something else, and the idea of having that in the game, like, it makes it feel so real and it makes you so much more scared. And needless to say, we had a few grown men scream like little girls. It was really funny.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we think the game might be more like, it's not too horrific at the moment, I think, but we were still working on it, and we hope to be more horrific. I don't know. I think it's not too scary at the moment, you know.
Yeah.
But because it's like a lot of fun stuff happening all the time as well.
Yeah, I think the main reason is it's not a survival horror game, basically. So not a hardcore horror game. So you can defeat the creature, and that's why you may be not so scared. That's the reason, I guess.
Yeah, at least for us, we know spookier games, so that's why we don't. Maybe it's also because we developed the game. Like, we are not as scared as maybe other people.
Yeah, of course. No, that makes sense. I need to ask you, the idea behind actually getting the game to actually relay the players' names on like walls and things like that. How did you guys come up with that idea?
I don't know. It felt natural to us because it was like, if it's like a function you can do if you're like implementing Steam into your game, you can also read out the Steam name of players, and we thought it might be funny to just incorporate it in that way. We also have like the names on the lobbies and stuff, and we thought, why not use it in a fun way to incorporate with the creature.
To insult the players.
Yes.
No, that's really awesome. I like the idea.
It's really clever. It really is, because it's something that none of the other games have, and it makes you stand out. Like, that is one of the things I remember very clearly, and speaking to our friends as well, they'll go, oh, look at this is so cool, because we play quite, not a lot, but we do tend to play a few horror games, and when we saw that, we said, that is something that's never been done. That's really cool. And everyone who saw it when we were playing, whether they were watching the streams or just talking to us in the Discord and watching it, they said it was really well done. So it makes you different. And excuse me, like you said, it's not it is a scary game, but not because you do hunt the monsters, and you get that feeling of I'm gonna take care of myself, which is what we took away from it when we played the game. And I don't know if you guys did this intentionally or not, is it kind of made us feel like we were Dean and Sam Winchester from Supernatural, where especially with the car and the stuff in the trunk or the boot, where you had to go and get your stuff from there and then go and find the monster and see what it is and then go, okay, well, this is where it is, this is what we need to do, this is how we defeat it, kind of thing. It felt very supernaturally for us.
Yeah, that was intentionally, of course, because we are huge Supernatural fans, and we were like, I think I was watching Supernatural at the time, and then we just decided to, I mean, it was the time I think Phasmophobia went off or became quite big, and then we played it as well, and then we thought of where's the supernatural feel to it, because it was just, you know, finding out the creature and then moving on with your life basically, and let the real hunters come in and take care of the creature. And we wanted to be the real hunters at the moment. That's why we thought it would be cool.
That makes perfect sense. I actually do like the idea of that. Like I said, I haven't played the game properly yet, but I think I might just get into it because I do like the idea of actually being able to defeat what you're fighting in the end, instead of just, you know, going, oh well, this is what it is, someone else can take care of it now.
It reminds me, and I'm sure it reminds Zev of I don't know if you've seen a TV show, it's quite old, called Ghost Hunters International, where they go to these haunted locations. So people apparently ask them to come and see if their church or house or building or whatever is haunted, because they've had all these experiences. So this group of people then go to that place and they do their investigations, and they've got like EMF readers, they've got motion detectors, they've got recording devices, but then they also look at the logical aspect of it as well. There was one point where they went to a house and someone said that they hear creaking floors or like scurrying and stuff, and then they went in with a heat detector and saw, well, there's rats, that would be the reason why. And so they did all this investigation and things, and then at the end they're like, they either say, yes, your place is haunted, or no, it's not. And then at the first time we watched it, we're like, okay, well, now what? You're just telling these people, yes, their place is haunted. Now what do you do? So it's kind of like in Phasmophobia, where you go, okay, yes, this is the haunting, this is what it is. Now someone else comes in.
Yeah, exactly. That was also our point. I mean, it was fun and still is fun. We didn't play it for a long time, to be honest, because we are like, we have our own game now and we can do whatever we want with our game. So that's why. But yeah, we missed that fact. Yeah, and I think a lot of other games also came out at the time where you can also defeat the creature. So it kind of went lost. I don't know if that's the correct phrase, to be like a unique thing we have going on for our game. But when we developed it, we had no idea about the other games, obviously, and we thought it's unique to do it.
But I think our game has still some unique styles of killing the creature.
Yes, of course. Yeah, we also have lots of supernatural references to it. Like we also introduced with the last update in January, we introduced the vampire, where you can also or have to cut off the head, like it's done in Supernatural. We also thought about how to do it and stuff, because there are like lots of ways to kill a vampire and legends and myths and stuff, and we decided just to do it the way Supernatural done it. Yeah.
No, that makes sense. That does. I don't know what happened there with
just for a second, but I'm back.
I do like that. I think that you bring the supernatural aspect to the game actually does give it a bit more of a like you said, the supernatural feel, especially the fact that when you kill the vampire, you have to actually chop his head off, which makes perfect sense. Tell me, do you have to use dead man's blood to or can you use dead man's blood in this game on this particular update?
No. We also thought about it, but we didn't know how to do it, because we just use holy water for weakening the vampire, and then you can cut off the head. Because but that would be also like a way. But how do you feed dead man's blood to the vampire? So that would be a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, it does make sense. Like having garlic and stuff like that. I like I said, I don't think Kez has played the update. So she doesn't know about the vampires. We'll have to have a look at that a little bit later.
I did see it because I actually looked at it on Steam this morning and I said, oh, there's a vampire update. So I'm actually after this gonna tell our friends that there's an update to it and we're gonna play it.
Yeah, so there's gonna be lots more streaming.
Yeah, we also added a new map with this update, which took like a bunch of time to. Maps are also very time intensive because we are using like lots of Unity assets and stuff, but we are still having to do a lot of stuff to the maps. And this map we just built with Unity assets like from the scratch, and we also had the idea of the catacombs where you can enter. That's not just a graveyard, but also there are catacombs, but they are basically randomly generated. Which of the entrances will lead you to the graves that you can burn. So every time you play the map, it changes, and you don't know which entrance is the right one. And you still have to find the nodes and stuff, yeah. So we thought it's quite exciting.
That's awesome, yeah. That actually leads me right into my next question, which is something that I wanted to ask you, is you were speaking about the length of time that it took to get this just the maps and stuff done for this particular update. All in all, how long is the game, or how long has the game taken to develop? Overall, so the entire development time from when you started.
When you first released it, basically.
About 2 years.
I'm not sure. I have to check. I have to check the release date. Oh no, the release date was overwritten when we released the game, right? So I think it was like the end of 2021 where we started, or 2020. Yeah, where we started, but we put it on Steam like March or April the next year because we were stupid and had no idea about marketing and stuff. And we also wanted just to try ourselves out because it was the very first game and stuff. And yeah, of course. But we learned a lot by doing it, basically.
Yeah, and how much did you guys learn from actually doing it the way you did? So basically just chucking it out there with no marketing or anything. How much did you learn, or what did you learn as well?
I think the first thing we learned was basically not to release too early, because we released it on the day where we knew it wasn't kind of finished and there were still a lot of bugs and stuff, but we still felt the obligation to release it because there were also people waiting for it already, and they were pressuring us basically to release it, in the discussion forum and Steam and stuff. Where's the game? Is it coming, or was it just are you trying to screw us basically? But and we just thought, let's do it, and we got a lot of negative reviews at the beginning, and that's the thing we probably learned.
No, it's unfortunate when that happens. It's like when people push you too hard and they say, no, but we want it now. I've seen that it's happened with a lot of other developers, a lot of AAA titles. I think that, when the gamers come out and they start doing it to the developers, when the developers say, look, the game's just not ready yet, I understand that they put money into the game to actually get the game out at some point, but they've got to understand that it takes time. It's not a quick thing, especially for an indie developer, and it takes a little longer because you guys are indie developers in comparison with your AAA titles. You don't have 50 or 60 devs working on this game. It's literally just a couple of you, and you're doing it all yourselves. So
and we were also working part-time on it, right? Because we had normal day jobs as well, so we were working on the weekends and the evenings and stuff.
Yeah, and that takes it out on you. I understand it perfectly, which is why I've always said I support indie developers, even if it takes a little longer for the game to come out. I mean, there are a couple of indie development companies that work just fly by night, but you can see when the guys are being genuine and when they aren't. And when I did see the negative reviews in the beginning, I was like, yeah, give them a chance. The game will come out. They are an indie developer. That was the first thing that was going through my head, was give the guys a chance to actually get the game going properly. And Is the game still in beta though? I can't remember. Have you guys moved it over to?
We moved it over to full release in last December, because we were thinking about.
Okay.
We knew that we still want to add more creatures and more maps and stuff, but I think it's a process which takes time, and we will always have more ideas to the game, but we will just add them without being in early access, because we don't want to have a game and being like 6 years in early access and stuff. So we wanted
like 7 days to die.
We just
you're pointing at 7 days. To die.
yeah. I think you talked about it in the episode we watched. So, yeah,
we did. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's the reason, and we just knew we implemented everything we wanted from the beginning when we thought about making this game, and lots more. To be honest, we also implemented crews and clans and stuff, and it's
also PvP.
Yeah.
So many ideas came basically from our community. So we implemented their ideas there, because PvP we didn't actually plan to have in our game.
Yeah, we actually talked about PvP, having like a PvP mode where the player can also play the creature, and the other players or mates have to eliminate the creature, while the creature tries to kill, obviously, the mates. And we thought it's a bad idea to implement it, because there are like lots of better games that done this. Like, how's the game called?
7 Days to Die or something like that?
No.
The other one that I know Kes plays it. It's that one with you can choose your different, like you can choose the guy from
Yes.
Halloween. You can choose. I've just forgotten.
Dead by Daylight.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they've done it, but the community wanted to have a PvP mode, and then we just tried it out, and now it's our favorite mode as well. So it's fun to have a community with ideas and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes the idea you think is like going to be a very bad idea and it's not going to work. The community suggests it, and you do it, and you implement it, and you realize, wow, this is actually really awesome.
Exactly. Yes, it was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is nice to see that the community has actually bounced back, and there's a lot of people in the community that are actually supporting of you. What do you feel about the support from the community? When after being ridiculed in the beginning and being told that you're not doing very well and the reviews are really bad, to the community actually really stepping up and supporting you towards the end, what was that feeling like when you suddenly realized people were actually really enjoying this game?
I think it's a great feeling. Yeah, you can go down.
Overwhelming, basically. So it was awesome. So.
Yeah, it was a nice feeling to just go to bed and know like people are playing it and enjoying it, and something you have created is like enjoyed by people. Also, despite the fact that other people may dislike it and stuff. The first time, or the thing was, we wanted to create a game where, for us, it was okay. Yeah, for ourselves basically, and it was okay for us to be a flop basically, and we thought like, even if nobody will play this game, if we are playing it, it's fine. We didn't expect to have a community, to be honest. It was, overwhelming, like Dennis said, and we really took out a lot of having a community, and also being in streams and watching people play. That encourages us also to just keep on, to be honest. Yeah.
So we are still enjoying. New beginners of our game on streams, and we are visiting them on Twitch, and we're enjoying them.
I'm not distracted. Sorry, I'm not distracted. I'm actually trying to find the clip so that I can play it for you guys, so that you can laugh at it as much as we do.
It was really fun for us it is still really fun for us to watch new or like beginners play the game, because we have no possibility to see the game
with fresh eyes.
Exactly, to learn it by scratch, and it's fun to see how it like works with new players, and we can also improve on that, I think.
I watched the stream when they were playing it over our when we had that fundraiser. I watched them playing it, and I was laughing a lot, because it's really funny to watch some of our friends and how they react when the monster appears in front of them and he's gonna play it for you now. Or sorry, Kes is gonna play it for you now so you can see. But it is really awesome to see that you guys actually jump in on the streams. And do you actually communicate and let them know that you're the developer, or do you keep that a secret until later on?
It's not a secret. We always were like we have like only one Twitch account, to be honest, because Twitch was like also something very new for us to have an account and stuff, and streaming was new for us as well. So we were like, it was strange at the beginning, but we have like one account and it's called Metaphysical Game. And we had no idea that you also have like these tags that can, out you as a developer basically, because you have like a controller or something. There's like a little icon, and someone told us about it. But until that, a lot of people just assumed we are the developer, or asked like if we are just a huge fan of the game, or if we are in some sort like connected to the game. Yeah, and then we also outed ourselves.
Sometimes we were helping the new beginners, so yeah. So we outed ourselves as devs in chat,
No, that makes sense. What I find very funny is though, when people ask you if you're like just a really big fan of the game, well, I mean, you kind of are. You guys did make the game, so I would hope that you are actually fans of your own game.
Yes, we are. We are playing it in our free time as well, and we also, with our friends and stuff, we're also thinking about playing it more often and streaming it just with our private friends and stuff. But that's also like, it's critical because not everyone wants to be on stream and stuff. So yeah, but we enjoy it in our private time as well. I think it's something that's not a lot of people do, or developers maybe, because I don't know. Sometimes we play games and we are like, oh my god, we played like 3 hours and there's like this very crucial thing going on, where I don't know, it's a bug or something, and we think like, did the devs really play the game? Like, did they give it a try and stuff? I don't know. I think it's important that devs also play the game.
Yeah, I agree with you there, because what happens with that is when the devs play the game, and I mean, I understand that there's only a few of you there that actually do the game, but when you play the game, you find the bug, you can then repeat the bug yourself and see where you can find out, look through the code to find out where the issue is in the game, and it's easier for you to do it if you actually know where to look. Being the dev, you would know better where the problem is than anyone else, which does actually make a lot of sense. So I 100% agree, but the fact that you actually still play your own game just means that you made a decent enough game that even you carry on playing it. It's not like with these big companies, they make the game, they build it, they release it, but the higher ups never played it, so they don't understand why the gamers have such an affinity to that particular game, whereas people like yourselves who are AAA, who are not AAA developers, you're indie developers, you guys play the game and it's really something that is a part of your heart. You've actually literally put a part of your soul into this game to make it as good as it is, and that to me, I've always said I have a lot of respect for indie developers for sitting down and actually designing a game and knowing that this could either be a complete success or a 100% failure, but either way you're going to do it and you're going to do it hard. That is what actually gives me a lot of respect for a lot of these indie developers like yourself. So I have to say that well done, and thank you for actually doing that.
Thank you.
That was really, it's really awesome of you guys to actually sit down and take your own time to build these kinds of games.
Just let me know when I can hit play.
Kes wants to know when she can hit play for you guys.
Yeah, we are ready. Yeah, I'm watching.
Do you have a camera? Where is it? Where's the camera?
Yeah, come here. Fingerprints on the stool.
Oh god. Oh guys.
Sempiternal Arts. Welcome to my channel. Lunathreel. Welcome to my channel.
Okay, she's done.
Zulu, are you okay?
Oh!
Don't tell me. Every time that video gets me, I can't not laugh.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Every single time. he was just the way he reacted. And I mean he's got that in-video voice thing on his computer, so when he screamed, the in-video voice was like, "That's not a voice," and turned it off. I thought that was
it's a lot of fun, but that's also like showing a bit of the rookie difficulty, right? Because he didn't die right off, so it's maybe that's why it's also not that scary. I don't know, but it's a lot of fun. I think still, you laugh a lot when playing it, especially when people try out the keys on the keyboard and then they recognize or they notice that they can actually dance in the game and stuff. So.
Yeah, we figured that out. It was a lot of fun.
Wasn't there another one with Steve screamed?
No, that was a different game.
That was a different game. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, Kez plays a lot of the spooky games and the ghost games. I'm more of I generally play a lot of the survival games, but it's more like 7 Days to Die where I get to build a base and things like that. So that's normally where I focus, but it's not to say I don't play these kinds of games. I'm actually...
He does play them with us.
I'm actually considering getting this game now because I like the idea of chopping a zombie's head off. I'm not a zombie, a vampire's head off. It sounds intriguing.
I have a question. When we started, you said that you taught yourselves how to develop and create the game. How was that process? Was it frustrating to teach yourself, or did you find it quite easy?
It was fun, I think. At least for me, it was a lot of fun. Dennis,
I'm not into coding.
Yeah, he's not into coding, but I like coding very much. It's like I hate UI and stuff, and yeah, I like coding very much, and it was a lot of fun to learn things. It wasn't easy. I wouldn't say it was like easy, and I would probably do a lot of things another way, or like after I learned stuff, I would probably do things in a different way if I would start over again. But I think still it was a lot of fun to do it. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it, I think. I don't know.
So you say you hate UI. Is that then Dennis's role that he does the UI part of things?
Yeah, I think he does a lot of UI, but still, I'm not sure if he likes it as well. I think Hunter's crew and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm more into modeling and stuff, or creating maps, and so on. That's my fun part.
Okay, so you're the artist?
Basically, yeah.
Makes sense. I was just thinking, someone had to fob the UI off onto someone else.
No, we're just opening Photoshop and then we're creating stuff, and then we think, it's fine, it's okay. It's not too fancy, but it's okay. And I think the game looks that way. Like the UI isn't very good, but it's okay. It works at least.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. As long as it works, that's all that makes, that's all that really matters when it comes to actually a game. I don't really care that much about the UI and whether it looks pretty and things like that. As long as I've got my basic information that I need, so health, weapons, things that I need to actually know. As long as I've got all of that information up, I don't care. It can literally look like a T-pose dude, and that's it. And that's all that matters to me. As long as I've got the basic information I've got, and that's it. So yeah, I get where you're coming from. The user interface, I'm one of those rare gamers that doesn't care about it that much though. But to me, it doesn't matter that much. I don't know about Ken's. I think she's more of a looks pretty kind of thing. So
that's why we try to avoid it.
As long as I'm not floating in the air, then it's fine.
Okay, that's why we don't have UI. If you play like the game, you don't have a lot of UI going on, except when you change your weapon and stuff. We don't have a health bar. People are also wishing for us to implement a health bar.
For the hunters, basically.
For the hunters, yes, because if you play on Rookie, you have just to remember how many times you were hit by the creature to know that you can also only take one hit or stuff. But I think it's okay. I don't know.
So
I think it's more fun not to have it.
Disclaimer, so if you are playing the creature, you have like UI stuff and so on. but it was necessary for the creature to know stuff, or for the players who play the creature to know stuff like health bar and so on. That's why we added it. So
Yeah.
That makes sense. I think it would be quite cool to have a difficulty because like Sam and Dean or anything like that, they have to know what this creature does. It shouldn't be something that is like is shown on the screen for them the whole time. Like, oh, this is what this creature does. They have to know because it's like hunting a vampire. You should know. Well, you shouldn't let it bite you. Firstly, secondly, the only way to kill it is chop off its head. Those kinds of things the players should already know, and how many hits they can take from a vampire before they're actually down and out. I feel like that kind of difficulty, if you can actually add that in, like it goes from easy, medium, and then hardcore kind of thing. That makes it more like challenging for some of the other players. I mean, granted, I'd probably suck at it, but
yeah, we did it. We like added like there are 3 difficulties, like Rookie, Hunter, and Winchester is the hardest mode.
Winchester, I like that.
Yeah, and on Winchester, basically all creatures can one hit kill you, and that's like nice. In contrast to Rookie, where you can take 3 hits, but there are creatures which can also kill you with 1 hit, also if you're playing on Rookie, and that's also like the hint that you can take.
Okay, pretty cool. I like that idea. I do think that it's an epic idea to put the difficulties that way. The fact that you've done it with Winchester at the end as the last one, just like that tops it.
Yeah, we're waiting to be sued by the creators of Supernatural.
I'm not sure you will, though.
We hope we will not. We did.
No, I think they enjoy it. I'm sure they'll look at it and go, oh, okay, cool, we like it.
I mean, we did ask Kansas. It's the band that created the song, the opening song for Supernatural, or basically it wasn't like supposed to be they didn't create it for the show, obviously. But we asked I think it was Sony or something, like the label, whether we can use it in our game, and they wrote us back like, please refrain from doing so. And then we were like, oh, okay. So we will not use it. That was a bummer.
You wanted to say something, Dennis?
Dennis, do you want to say something?
No.
No? Okay.
You said everything there, it's fine.
So when you're not working on your... sorry.
Maybe
I won't interrupt you.
Adding came to my mind. We also added like expert status. So it's like you get some behaviors of the creature, and you will find out with time which behavior leads to which creature, which is unique, I think, in this genre. And it's talking about Dean and Sam, which are how do you say, erfahrene? Experienced hunters, yeah. So with the time, with the grinding, you will also be an experienced hunter. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, every time you kill like one type of creature, you will gain expert points for this creature, and then you unlock like behavioral clues and stuff, and then this creature cannot ride on walls and stuff, and then you can also use that as evidence.
That is so awesome. That is a really cool feature to actually add into the game. I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, that was Dennis' idea. I think, right? I don't know.
I'm not sure. But it was a cool idea.
Yes.
Someone came up with it and it worked.
Exactly. Someone said it and it just worked.
So when you're not working on your game, what do you do in your spare time? Like, what other games do you play? What else do you do? Because I'm pretty sure, like you said, you've got day jobs and then you work on your game, but I'm pretty sure that's not just it. So just tell us about some of your other things that you enjoy.
We're watching a lot of series, I think, like Netflix and stuff. And we play a lot of games, yes. I'm a huge fan of sci-fi games and also survival games. Empyrean, I like Empyrean very much. And
Oh, that's a good game.
Yeah.
I like Imperium.
I don't know. Dennis has more to say to this, I think. He also is more into the military stuff and war games.
Yeah, so I play, I don't know, I play many kinds of games. So Euro Truck Simulator and
Oh, me too. I've got that game. I love it.
Silent Hunter and also Total Conflict Resistance.
Got that.
Yeah, so Verdun, many kinds of different games. So
Yeah, I've got it.
So if you have Euro Truck Simulator, do you have a steering wheel as well?
yes, I have one actually.
Ha! You see, Angel, we have steering wheels for these games. Kez was always like, she makes fun of me because I have a steering wheel and I play Euro Truck Simulator with it, but it's like, that's what it's for.
Yeah, I think it's a comfortable way to play this game, so it makes fun.
Yeah, it definitely is. I 100% agree with you there, because it's a lot easier to actually have your foot on an accelerator than hold your finger on a controller or, constantly have W pushed in to keep the truck going forward. I 100% agree with you. It's a lot easier with the steering wheel.
Yeah, I think the interesting part is like when people are seeing you play this game, so they ask you, and that's the whole game? You're just driving from A to B and stuff. It's yeah, but that's quite relaxing, I guess. So
Yeah. I agree with you there as well. It's like it's just relaxing, you sit in the truck, you drive it to the destination, you drop off. And there's also there's a sense of accomplishment when you drop off your cargo at the point and then get a new one. Get a new piece of cargo to carry back. There's a sense of achievement when you do that. I like it. I like that part where you're like, I've accomplished something in a game.
Exactly.
It feels good. And you had another question? I thought you did.
So also I like the game Total Conflict Resistance. I don't know whether you know it. It's like a war game.
Yeah, I've got Total Conflict, but I don't have Resistance. I've got Total Conflict Empire and Total Conflict, I think it's Napoleonic.
That's Total War. That's Total War, I think.
That's Total
Oh, that's Total
Oh,
War, sorry.
yeah.
Different games.
It's okay. It's like an early access game,
Different Total.
which is not quite famous, but it is awesome. It's like a strategy game also, and like Battlefield. So you're taking command and you play like ego shooter also. So pretty nice.
Cool. I'm gonna actually look that up right now and put it into my wish list so I can get it at some point. So you said it was Total Conflict?
Yeah, Total Conflict Resistance.
Resistance.
Also, they want to
Must look it
add
up.
multiplayer also. So this year it will be amazing. So we don't have any free time when they release this game.
None left. So another question from my side: have you guys got anything else in the works? Or are you looking at building another game, or are you just looking at building some more expansions and stuff for Metaphysical?
We have an idea already about a new game, but we are focusing on meta at first.
Yeah, the thing is, we play a lot of genres of games, and we are not only playing like horror games, and we are also thinking about, making like a historical type of game or like a sci-fi themed game and stuff. But we're not sure about if it's like a smart move from the marketing side of things, because we have like a community and we don't know if you can pull like people from there. But we are still like thinking that. I don't know, we don't care too much, to be honest, because we think it's like, at least the main point is that we have fun with the things we do. And but we didn't start it yet because we're still working on Metaphysical, and we are now working on some bugs and stuff. And also we will add a slider for the brightness, which was requested by the community as well.
Nice. That's I know that it can be quite difficult for some players to see if it's too dark, because the screens obviously affect them, or their screens are not as they don't have the right brightness and things like that. So I get the brightness slider. That makes sense.
Yeah, it was requested for some time now, but we ignored it because we were thinking like it's supposed to be a horror game, so it's okay if it's dark.
You're supposed to play in the dark and be scared.
Exactly, yes. But yeah, we will add it, and we also adding a slider for the voice loudness because some of the voices are quite loud as well. Yeah. But we are still working on it, but we still have obviously like ideas for other games as well. But we're not sure which way to pursue.
I'm sure whatever way you go, you'll always find people that play it. It might start slow in the beginning and it'll grow from there. Like if you go sci-fi, then or in the war side, you'll always find people who play it. People in your community might go, oh, but why are you now abandoning Metaphysical? Because unfortunately you'll have people like that, but then you'll gain more people, you'll gain other people that you can then grow that side with. And like you said, at the end of the day, yes, the community matters, but it's your company. You should do what you enjoy, and then from there everything else will grow.
Yeah, I think the most hard part for indie dev is also to stay motivated and stay focused, because a lot of times like people start out creating their own games but lose motivation in doing so. And I think the community helped us a lot to have this motivation, but also the fact that we enjoyed the game or making the game as well and playing the game. Like Metaphysical also helped us a lot. And I think if we just did something that we think is expected of us, we might lose interest in doing it. Like Metaphysical Part 2 or something like that, because we are not interested in doing that because we did it with Metaphysical and we are still adding on it, but we don't want to like be the money grabbers who just create a game and throw it out for the community, which we have now.
Just a game which we would think will be popular. So that's the point, I guess. So we are not working on games which will be popular just because they will be popular. If you get me right, I don't know. Does it make sense?
No, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, it does definitely make sense. I mean, I 100% agree with you. There are, I suppose we call them the companies that should not be named, because they're the ones who literally just throw out a game a year, and it's literally just to grab money. Because any good developer, any real good developer knows that they can just enhance the game that they have. They don't need to constantly throw out a new game, but they do because they know that they'll get someone to spend that account outside that £70 payment for a game, or the €60 or the 50 or 60 euros that I don't know how much AAA titles are in euros, but for us it's about £70 now for a AAA title, and they know that they're just going to jump out. The people will just go out and buy because it's them and they made the game. So
it's new.
It's new. They must have the new shiny.
I think I know which game you are talking about. So I think they just made some wrong expectations and promises. So our development company is named Paper Promises Programming, but we don't make paper promises. So that's like you have to be careful if you're making promises. So but I think this particular game made just money grabbing stuff. So it was not good.
Yeah, exactly. And I 100% agree with you guys. You need to do something that actually that you're passionate about. Because if you're not passionate about the project, then it's going to fail. It's a sad truth about it. It's the same reason why Kez and I do our YouTube channel the way we do, because we do it because we're passionate about it. We don't do it to get money. If we did it to get money, we'd be in a bit of financial difficulty right now. But the idea is to do it because you want to do it. You do it because you love doing it, and that's exactly why Kez and I do this, and exactly why you guys do your game, which is really awesome. It shows true commitment and passion for what you guys enjoy, and that's all that really matters in the end.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the thing now. I mean, there are also like games like FIFA and stuff. I don't know, the football games, which are like,
Yeah.
I think they are put out annually. Like every year you get a new FIFA and stuff. I mean, Dennis is a huge
Yeah.
FIFA fan, to be honest. But I don't know if
It's
he's.
not called FIFA anymore.
Yeah.
But basically, so for people who are not in this kind of games, there are some differences every year. But I got his point, so it's also like, you know, basically almost the same game like previous year, every year. Yeah, so.
Yeah. Yeah, it is sad that happens though. But in the end, you know, as I've said, do what you love. That's the best way to put it. Do what you love.
It's also good that you don't make any promises, because if you make a promise and you don't hold up to it, then you will get the lashings from the communities where they say, "Oh, but you said that this will happen." Whereas if you say this is what we're trying to do, that's different as to we promise you will have A, B, and C kind of thing. So that's also very clever.
Yeah, that's called expectation management. That's why our company is called paper promises, to just so that people think we are money grabbers, but we're not, because we will surprise them by how much we are not money grabbers if the company is called paper promises.
Yeah.
I think one point also is, or one reason is also like we are like gamers ourselves, so we know how it feels if games are promising things and you are waiting for them, and if this expectation will not be filled, or I don't know. So it's disappointing then, and we don't want to disappoint people. Just promise things to make more sales or something.
Yeah, we experienced it ourselves, yes. So that's why, and we also don't like this. I mean, we were called money grabbers in some reviews as well. Like you just put a bunch of Unity assets into the game and then you try to just grab money and stuff. But that's not the case. Yeah. And we also, like, I don't know, but we are not like we are not professional modelists or like 3D artists and stuff. We know we suck most part of the stuff we're doing, animation. But the thing is, the main point for us is it should like be fun just to play it, and as long as it's fun, it's okay, and we did our job. We don't promise to be the best game in the world, and but we think we are. But it's a lot of fun.
That doesn't. Yeah, that's fine. You can think you're the best game in the world, because you know what, it's the same as why people think that they're the best in the world or whatever they do, which is fine, because, you know,
it shows you love what you're doing.
You love what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. And we also like had the full release in December, and then we added vampires, and like I said, we will still be adding more maps and stuff, because we are also playing the game, you know. It's like a difference for us, because we also get bored. Like we do have a lot of maps right now. I think it's 15 or 14 maps, but we will still be adding more to it, because it's also boring for us to also have like the same maps. Although you can also play like parties or games or sessions where you don't have the map like 2 times or stuff, because there are like a lot of maps, but we still want to have more stuff to it, added to it, but we don't promise it, like, in a way. So that's why it's always surprising for the people to have more stuff added to it, and then it's also nice to have a community, like, you know, be happy about some devs putting things into a game which is not very expensive as well, right? So it's not an expensive game, and we are still adding more content to it, and I think it's a lot of fun.
So we are also trying to, it sounds pretty stupid, but we are trying to avoid stuff like DLCs or something. You know, you buy a game and then you get
exactly,
it's the game.
We're not huge DLC fans, to be honest, except maybe for some DLCs which add like a lot of content. But we are still like the old-fashioned gamers who want to buy a game and it's like done, and it's like the game.
That's me. That's me wholeheartedly. That I always like to think of it as, I go back to the days of playing Baldur's Gate, the very first Baldur's Gate, where I played the entire game, I finished it, and then they came out with an expansion pack, and it was like a whole new game was added into that game. And that to me was like, you know, if they're going to do a DLC, that's what it's supposed to be like.
Yeah.
You know, you need to have a complete and finished game. You shouldn't have to buy extra pieces to it. I mean, there's
For a few hours of content.
yeah, for a few hours of extra content, you know, where it should actually be quite a large amount of content that you get. I've always felt that that's the best way to do it, because I'm like you, I'm an old school gamer. I like that kind of stuff. Where you buy a game, it's the game. You know, you're not beholden to the company to have to pay more to get more and more and more of little things like, you know, oh, you gotta buy, you want this gun, you gotta pay £2, and you want this special hair, you have to pay £5, and you want your car to look different, £20. You know, it's like that's just, it's insulting.
Yeah. So they are basically, don't get me wrong, but I love Paradox, so the company, but yeah, that's basically them. So they are creating games, and if you get I call it like the base game. Actually, it's the.
I think that's that's the way to call it.
Yeah, it's like the base game, then, you know,
Yeah.
and you're like you have a complete different feel of the game, or game experience if you're buying all DLCs. So you wouldn't get that it's the same game actually. So it's ridiculous, I think, basically. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. It is rather ridiculous, because it's the same thing with, like, I don't mind, for example, we, Kez and myself, we play Star Trek Online. Now,
Yeah,
the nice
we
thing
tried
about
it
Star Trek
last time as well, yeah, Star Trek Online, but we were like confused a bit.
it can be difficult in the beginning, trust me.
If you need help, you're welcome to shout, and
you're
we'll
welcome to
help
us.
you.
We've been playing the game long enough now. But what I like about Star Trek, and the reason why I think that it's the one game that they actually did very well, was they released a free game. The entire game is free. There's only, you have to, if you want to get like special, you know, looks for your ship, or you want to do something else different on your ship, you have to pay.
It's
extra.
basically just cosmetic changes.
Yeah, like cosmetic changes, which is fine, because you know what, you didn't pay for the game, you got it for free, and you just have to pay for cosmetic changes every once in a while if you want them. If you don't worry about it. You don't need to.
Yeah.
It doesn't
No, I like
affect the
that
game in any way.
In these cases, I'm totally fine with this. So, yeah, if it's free, it's free.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah.
I mean, for Metaphysical, it would be like to have the vampire update coming out as a DLC. You have one new creature, one new map. That would be a possibility for like bad devs, I think, to just say, okay, the new creature will be a DLC and the new map as well. And yeah, but that's, I don't know, that's just mean. That's mean for the people who bought the
it's a bit
game.
of a slap in the face.
Yeah.
No, it's like, going back to that comment you guys said about the promising and making promises. It's been rolling in my head the whole time. I've been wanting to actually say, it's like, I'm glad you guys never made the mistake that Hello Games made when they first came out on the scene. I think they made that mistake of making promises, and then the promises weren't actually fulfilled.
With No Man's Sky.
Yeah, with No Man's Sky, and the game was really badly received in the beginning, but they just kept quiet then after that, and then they just started releasing updates and updates and updates and updates for the game, and they redeemed themselves only because they actually just didn't say anything and just started releasing stuff, and that was it. You know, that to me was, you know, every company shouldn't do that. That shouldn't be something that you should strive to do, but it is nice to see that Hello Games actually, you know, just didn't say a word and just, you know, fixed their problem and realized they made a mistake. That to me was I like to call it the redemption arc of what Hello Games did. But for you guys, I'm glad you guys didn't do that, because I personally don't want to see companies going about it like that and making these promises that aren't actually there and that they're not going to actually be able to fulfill in the time that they allotted themselves. So the fact that you don't make promises just means that what is released was never promised. It's just coming out, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, and the thing was, we were like new to the development, and we don't know how to do stuff, so we weren't like in the position to promise things. So it was like we didn't even have the option to just promise things. And I think if we did promise things, it probably would just go bad for us, I think.
Yeah, you don't want that. You definitely don't want that. But I think you guys.
Sorry.
No, you were speaking. Sorry.
Yeah, I wanted to add that the development of No Man's Sky is like, it shows you like it's a good, they are a good role models. To be honest, so the devs, they did a game which was not quite that game that they promised, but they did well. And No Man's Sky is now a game which is awesome. I didn't play it, but I watched some videos and stuff, and it's impressive how they came back basically.
Yeah, especially from the what was turning into a rather disastrous game. They managed to bounce back and actually make money for the company, so much so that they're now releasing a new game. So you gotta have respect for them for actually putting themselves out of it. I just hope they don't make the same mistake with this new one. I really hope they don't. I hope so.
Well, we hope they did.
So, another last random question. Have you guys played Mass Effect before?
No, but we did watch, like friends of us are playing it, and one of them is a streamer, or he streamed like for 2 months or so, I don't know. He's not a streamer anymore, I think, but he played Mass Effect in his stream, and we watched him play it, but we never played it ourselves.
Okay, well, the question wouldn't work then. It was one of the random questions I like to throw out. How about, you guys are obviously fans of Star Trek because you played Star Trek
Yes,
online, right?
Yes. Dennis is watching Star Trek at the moment because I kind of introduced him to Star Trek, the original series and stuff, and he's now hooked as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so which captain do you think would win in a straight-up battle with the same ship? So let's say it's the USS Enterprise D, but you've got Captain Picard on one side and you've got Captain Kirk on the other side. Who do you think would win?
Janeway!
Yeah, I like Janeway a lot, but she's not an option.
Okay,
so I think I like Picard more than Kirk. I think Dennis likes Kirk more than Picard, I don't know.
Yes. I like Kirk because he's like, he feels like passionate about his crew and stuff, and I like it very much.
Yeah, I think he's like more of an outlaw, right? He's just doing stuff and he doesn't care too much if it's like against the Starfleet thingies, like rules.
The Prime Directive, yeah.
So then do you like the old Kirk from the TV series or the new Kirk from the movies?
I don't know the movies. I'm like in season 2 of TOS right now, so I have a way to go.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But I think you did watch like the new movies, right?
The new movies.
The new movies, yes, with
the new movies.
In the 80s and stuff.
Okay.
I like them, but I think that was a parallel universe, I think.
Yeah, it's a different timeline. It's a different timeline. Which timeline do you think is better though? The original series timeline or the Kelvin timeline?
I don't know.
I'm confused.
Yes.
The Kelvin timeline is the movies. It's the movies with Chris Pine in it. I think that's the guy's name. It's those movies. That's the Kelvin timeline. And then the original series would be obviously the Captain Kirk, which is Shatner.
In the TV series.
So which one did you like more? Shatner's Kirk or Shatner's Star Trek or
the new movie?
Star Trek movie.
Shatner.
Yeah, me too, I think. I think in the movies there was something like with Vulcan, right? It was like destroyed quite early in the beginning or something like that. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And I like Vulcan and I like Spock, so yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I actually honestly prefer the original.
For me, that was actually quite interesting because I think the Kirk, the TOS origin series, and the Kirk in the new movies was quite a different character. So I
Yeah.
thought about it. Yeah. So yeah, like the space cowboy more, I guess.
Yeah, me too. I know exactly how you feel. I like the space cowboy more as well. I think he's more of a rebel.
Yeah.
A womanizing rebel.
Yes.
Your turn, Angel.
But I like Janeway as well. Like Janeway,
Oh,
and
Janeway's
also
cool, yeah.
seven.
She's
yeah,
my
Janeway
favorite.
7 of 9, and I also like Data and stuff. Like I don't know, and
Yeah,
Picard,
yeah.
and also like I like the Doctor as well. There are like lots
Yeah.
of
I
lovely
think
characters from the older series.
Yeah, I think there's only one character I hate in Star Trek, and that's Wesley. I don't like Wesley Crusher. I think he's annoying, and he should have been thrown out the airlock years ago.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
like him.
yeah, the same for me, to be honest.
I feel bad for him. For me, it's much of a muchness. I look at the character that he's playing, and I just go, this poor child. He started off as this, and he's now basically hated for his whole life because of one character that he played. But it's like it's like that with all bad guys in movies or TV series. It's like the Malfoy from.
Oh, Wesley's not a bad guy.
No, I know, but the actors now. So the actor who played Will Wheaton, no one really likes him.
Lots of people like him.
Well, from what I've seen, there's people that go, I don't really like you, kind of thing. But there's also the actor who plays Draco Malfoy in Harry Potter. Not many people like him because of that role, and they hiss at him and boo at him because, oh, you're Malfoy. And it's the same with the kid who played Joffrey in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And so that's why I just feel bad for these people, because they're just playing a person and then people don't like them.
Yeah, I think people should start like differentiating the actor from the role.
Yeah.
That's just
Separate the art from
that's
the
just
artist.
stupid.
Jeez, like-
Yeah, just to
Just
assume
shows
that.
that some people are just garbage because
100, yeah, 100%.
I also a time ago I read an article or something that people actually hated the actor of Anakin Skywalker from episodes 2 and 3, and I didn't get it. So I was like, "Are you stupid? It's he played a role, okay?" And
It's just a character, it's not him.
So what the fuck? So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I have my reasons for not liking his character or not liking him in that movie. As the actor, I thought that his acting was very poor in that movie. That's the reason why I didn't like him acting in that movie. I don't hate him as an actor,
Yeah.
though. He was great in Jumper.
Yeah,
I liked
that was
Jumper.
an awesome.
It was a good movie. Yeah, so I definitely didn't think that I would never take it out on the actor. I mean, I just thought that he didn't play the role of Anakin Skywalker very well. I never thought that he actually had that that desire to be Anakin Skywalker. I couldn't feel it when I watched it. He was very. It's like he called it in my opinion. But again, that's not to take away from the fact that he's actually a pretty good actor.
Yeah, that's also like a
Oh.
thing with new movies and stuff, or like books which are made into series or shows or like movies and stuff, where people are not like really happy with the cast and stuff, and are taking it out on the actors as well. And I think that's also like
Yeah, it's not
stupid
necessary.
because like that's not their choice; they're just acting. You know, it's
Exactly.
what the fuck.
Yeah, it's not exactly. They were chosen for the role. That's all. No, I never take it
Yeah,
out on
exactly.
the
They're doing their jobs quite good in most of the time.
You should actually take it out on the people who wrote
Wrote
the story or did the directing, not the actors. They're just following what they were told to do
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Yeah. But so speaking about books being turned into movies, in this case, now I got a nice one. I got a really nice one. Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings.
Oh my
Lord of the
god.
Rings.
Lord of the Rings, yes, but I didn't read either of them, to be honest, and I only watched the first couple of Harry Potter movies, and then I was lost because there are like a lot of Harry Potter movies, and I'm like, I know they are supposed to be good and stuff, but I never got to it, to be honest. But we have also huge Harry Potter fans and Lord of the Rings fans, friends.
Yeah. It's the same on our side. The reason why Kez is making that face is because so far everyone's been on the Lord of the Rings side. So I'm sure you heard the last question I asked the guys in the previous interview, and I asked them who would win the fight, would it be Gandalf or Dumbledore?
Yeah.
And obviously Gandalf would win, but the whole point is she keeps losing every single time. She always thinks that she's hoping one day that someone's going to come in and actually be the Harry Potter, the Harry Potter fan. But unfortunately, so far we haven't had just yet. So she's a little upset about that. But I agree with you. The whole thing is, if you haven't read the books, it doesn't matter. I can honestly say I haven't read all the Harry Potter.
I haven't read any of them from either. I've just seen the movies.
Yeah, I read the Lord of the Rings, so that doesn't count for me. But I've never read any of the Harry Potters, but I watched the movies and I didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty decent. I'm still a bigger Lord of the Rings fan. If you look at my lounge, you'll know, or look at our lounge, you'll know that I'm a very big Lord of the Rings fan.
I think it's also the same for The Witcher, right? It was like a book series or like books, and then it was a game, and then it was a series. And
series.
That's like, I mean, you could tell that it's not. You can tell it won't be the same, right? Because you cannot just turn a book into a game and a movie and expect the people to look the same way or behave the same way and stuff. You have to, I don't know, you have to think about the time a series has. Like, it only have like 8 episodes or stuff, and you have to, crumble a lot of stuff into this time frame and stuff. I don't know. And I never... I didn't play I didn't read the books, and I also didn't play the game, at least not the way Dennis played it. And I just watched the show, and it was just fine for me. I'm a huge Witcher fan of the show and stuff. And then Dennis wasn't really happy with the show and stuff.
Neither was I.
Yeah, exactly.
I enjoyed the show myself, but I think the problem here is like I also read the books, not all books, but some books.
Okay.
And there are like some expectations made. So for people who just played the game, The Witcher 3 or something, they think, okay, this is The Witcher, this is Geralt, and he should be like in the game. But in the books, you have like some differences. So in the books, actually, he has only one sword, and in the game he has 2, one silver and one normal sword.
For monsters.
But he only has a silver sword.
Yes, exactly. He has a silver sword, but only one, so he don't have 2. And that's why I also heard that many people were disappointed that in the series, I think he also had only one sword.
He did. He kept the other one on his horse. And I agree with you there, Dennis, because you know what? I can honestly say that I haven't gone all the way through the books. I'm planning on actually reading them very soon, so I can see what the books are like. But my looking at the Witcher games and CD Projekt Red and what they did, I get the 2 swords on The Witcher 2 and The Witcher 3. I get why they did that. It's to make the gameplay mechanics a bit more like, a bit more enjoyable, so that you can switch between weapons and stuff like that. But The Witcher 1, funny enough, you only ever start with one sword, and it's a silver sword. So you start with the silver wolf's head sword, and that's the sword that you begin with. You don't really have another sword. You can arm yourself with other swords later on, but in the very beginning, you only have one sword. So they should probably take it from that. But also, the game is based on, it's not following the story, the book exactly. It's actually taken itself away from, like, it's a side story of Geralt. So it's not actually fully connected to the main story. I mean, there's a lot of obviously story behind the story that is still within the game, but they're not. It's from what I heard CD Projekt Red did. They created like a tree branch, as it were, and they split this part off. So it's still connected to the Witcher's, the Witcher's books and stuff like that, but very loosely in comparison with the books themselves, basically.
And I think
From what I've
people
heard.
who played the game were assuming that it's going to be based on The Witcher 3,
Exactly.
and that's what they were going to do. But Zippy's brother and sister-in-law also, they never read the books, never played the game. So for them, they loved the series. They watched it start to finish, and they said, "Oh no, it's amazing, it's great." We haven't seen season 3. We stopped at season 2. We stopped at season 2 because we like Henry Cavill. He did really, really well as Geralt, and the fact that he drew from his gameplays and the books and stuff just made that character so well. But there were some slight parts where I go, I don't really like this part, but it's still a good show.
Yeah. Well, I like that Henry Cavill actually even brought in his own. You know, he actually studied the books and he played the games and he tried to get as much information about The Witcher as he could, so that he knew what he was getting himself into when he started playing Geralt. That to me shows commitment.
Yeah, exactly. He did a great job.
Yeah, definitely.
He also looked a bit like the one in the games, right? But and also I just watched the show. I also have the game. I played it like 17 minutes or something because I get bored easily, because I'm like prepared to watch a show basically, and then I have to push buttons and play the actual game and stuff and create a story myself. And I'm like, oh no, I want to have the show. And then Dennis told me that there are also mods which also change the characters and stuff to the show characters. And I was, that's interesting. Yeah, and that was a change for me, right? Because of expectations and stuff. And I'm used to the characters in the show, and then they are missing like in the game or look differently. And then I'm like, I want the characters from the show, because I want to feel I'm part of the show and stuff. I think that's the main reason.
You can actually play as Henry Cavill,
and that's like the expectation part of things again.
Yeah.
Right?
But I think most people which know The Witcher, I can be mistaken, but I think they know The Witcher because of the games, not because of the books.
Yes.
That's why they expect stuff from the game to be one-to-one copied into the TV show. So that's that's the point, I think.
Yeah, we found that a lot of people, when you say that it's actually books, they go, "Oh, really? I didn't know."
Yeah.
And then you say, "Yes, it was actually books first, and then it was the game."
Yeah.
They're shocked to find out. Like,
that's why I actually also read the books because of The Witcher 3.
Oh, right.
So it's interesting. How you can
Recommend?
Recommend. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course, no, definitely. So, of all the games that you guys have played, have you got any like absolute favorites? And this has to exclude Metaphysical. Unfortunately, this has to exclude your own game. Outside of Metaphysical, what other games have you played that you, or what one game stands out as your favorite among all the games that you played?
The Guilds or the Guilds? I don't know.
Yeah, the Guild too. I don't know if you know it, but I think it's a favorite of us. Yeah, it's like a simulation of like economy and medieval times and stuff, and you can become king and stuff. It's a lot of fun. It's quite old. They also like developed Guild 3 by now, but we are like the old school Guild 2 fans. So I don't know. It's quite.
There are some differences. So
yeah, it's too different for us.
It's a bit
for our taste.
disappointing. It was a bit
Yeah.
disappointing.
Oh, that sucks.
But yeah, and also, like I said, Total Conflict Resistance, I'm also a huge fan. Also, Bannerlord, also an awesome game. I haven't played Bannerlord.
I like Warband more, like Mountain Blade Warband, because it's old again, and then you have, I don't know, you just get used to stuff, and then it's different. I know Bannerlord has like better graphics and stuff, but like the map looks different, and so, I don't know. It's just getting used to one thing, and I played a lot of Warband, and then Bannerlord came out, and I was like, I don't know, I want to play the old game.
Okay.
Makes sense. You when you find what you enjoy, you kind of adverse to changing. I'm the same. When I see something and I go and I play something else and I go, I don't like it. I don't like the change. I'm gonna go back to this other game. I get it. It just happens.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not sure. Like, of course, people or like the developers don't want to just repeat the game, right? I mean, that would be just stupid to just. That would be called a remaster or something, but not like a new game with the same things and mechanics and stuff. But it's like getting used to stuff, I think, and it's just also nostalgia. I think if you play the game, you feel like you're young again. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm seeing what the guild looks like.
It's old.
It sort of looks like it's old. Yeah, it's another.
It doesn't matter if it's old, as long as it's fun.
It looks very similar to that, actually. It's obviously, like you said, it's like a whole money control or an economy game, basically. You build an economy and stuff like that. But yeah, I do know the guild, actually. I remember playing the guild when I was younger. I used to play it on my older PCs. Giving away my age.
Yeah, we love to play it on multiplayer, but there's like a bug in multiplayer which is quite annoying, where it's desyncs and then you have to restart all over again, or you have to just send the save games from one player to another player and just hope for the best. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and that sucks a lot. Yeah, but we still have like a lot of hours into it, and it's just nice to be in the medieval world and stuff. Yeah, also huge.
Yeah.
But I think it's also remarkable that in Guild 3 they added an actual achievement called Out of Sync if you're playing on multiplayer. So that's pretty cool. It's the bug basically. They added as an achievement.
So they actually owned it, and they were just like, okay, we're gonna own this, and we're gonna make sure that everyone knows we know that we made a mistake with that.
Exactly.
It kind of sounds like the Stanley Parable where it's not a bug, I don't think, but they have the weirdest achievements. Like you have to go and press a door a certain amount of times, and then if you die, you get an achievement. And there's actually an achievement, I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's literally just a title called For the Achievement. And then there's this narrator in your head that says, really, did you really just do that just for the achievement? And it's just things like that, because it's also, I think it was a bug that they found and they turned it into an achievement, because why not?
No, my parents still did not play the game for 10 years though. It's like they actually tell you don't play this game.
Yeah, I also heard about such an achievement, right? Where they basically track when you last played it, and then you get an achievement and stuff. That's interesting.
They have one as well where you have to play it on, I think it's a Monday or a Tuesday or something. You have to start it on that day. I haven't gotten it yet because I'm usually at work when I want to do it. But it's silly little things like that, and it's nice things like that, and also things like that in your game with the Steam connecting and the like little things that make people go, oh, I like it, it's different.
Yeah.
We also like to mess
So
around with achievements in our game. We also have some funny ones, I think.
That's cool.
You do. You have some interesting ones. I remember when we saw them, we go, oh, I got this achievement. And then someone else got a different achievement, and then we try and replay it so that we can all get the achievements. Just for the fun of it. But I think we're pretty much at the end of it. So before we say our goodbyes, is there any words of wisdom, anything at all that either of you would like to say before we end it off?
Not really, but we do have a DLC for our game, but that's basically the soundtrack of our band, Decay of Today. It's something, because maybe some people will complain about, like we are crying about DLCs and stuff and complaining, and we still got our own DLC, but that's just the soundtrack.
That's just the soundtrack, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. That's all, I think. I'm not sure. Dennis, any words of wisdom?
We want to thank our community.
yeah, we could thank our community. Yes,
Definitely.
thank you for the support, and thank you for having us on the show as well. It was a lot of fun and quite exciting.
Thank you guys for coming on, though. It's been really wonderful, especially to have you guys sit down and actually discuss your game with us and give us ideas of what you guys are doing and what your plans are for the future. So thank you guys for joining us. That's really awesome. We do appreciate it.
Thank you.
It was an honor.
Alright, so are there any places that the viewers can find your games? Just while we're
They can find it on Steam,
just me?
on Steam and Fanatical.
on Fanatical as well. Okay, awesome.
And your
And
socials.
your socials? What socials can any of our viewers find you?
I think it's always like Metaphysical Game. We are on YouTube. We have a Facebook page, but we are not very active on Facebook. We also have like an X account, Twitter for the older ones.
Twitter. I still call it
Me
Twitter
too,
because calling it just sounds weird.
Yeah, me too. It's Metaphysical PPP. There are also like the thing is Metaphysical is not like a good name for a game, to be honest, because it's just a word, right? There are lots of handles taken already. So it's Metaphysical PPP for paper-based programming on X/Twitter. Yeah.
Cool. So that's where you guys can find it. So now what we're going to say is we're going to say our bye-byes to everyone, and you guys are going to just have to deal with it because unfortunately it's time for us to end. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. Remember, hit the subscribe button just every single time. Hit that subscribe button if you really want to show us some support, and hit the thumbs up button to give us a little bit of help in that algorithm. And as always, remember,
Kiki.
keep it geeky. Bye.